So 1.33, you already have it. So this problem is somewhat easier when compared to the last problem. Okay. So let me just tell. Correct. It is correct. Now the problem is the 33rd problem. So let's just okay. So in this question, actually, a cannon is fired like this. Okay. First, it is fired with an angle of 60 degrees, and next it is after some time it is fired at an angle of 45 degrees, and it will go and hit the same bullet whichever actually originally was sent. So if that has to happen after firing the first one, after how much time we should get hit the second one? So I'll just tell you the technique of doing it. Then you do it. It is very straightforward actually. Okay. Now, what I need you to do is this. Okay. There are two scenarios. Huh? There are two scenarios here. Now, one with 60 degree, another with 45 degree. Okay. Now, if both have to basically hit at this point, okay, two things have to happen. Okay. One is their value, the height of this I call y. Okay, y of the first one, and y of the second one, both have to be equal. Okay, and similarly, x of the first one and x of the second one, both have to be equal. Okay, so even when they are both equal, they may not actually hit each other. Okay, because it might be here at a different time. Okay, so what we will do is very simple. First of all, we will find out. Okay, first of all, we will find out to be at this point. What is this point defined as? This point is defined as x of, that means horizontal component of the distance traveled, and of both of them have to be equal, and y of both of them have to be equal. For that to be, that is the definition of this point. I'll call this point as P. Okay. So to reach point P, first one takes how much time I will calculate, and I will call it as T1, time taken by the first one. Okay, and then how much time second one takes, I will write it as T2. Naturally, T2 will be less than T1. Otherwise, it will never work. Okay, because T2 is the time taken by the second firing to reach this point. Okay, from the point at which it is fired. Okay, so you fired it, and how much time it took to reach here? So it has to reach very fast because first one was already fired. Okay, so T2 will be definitely smaller than T1. No. If they are not fired at the same time, please understand the question. The question is that one of them is fired. Okay. Now after some time, second one is fired. Now our question is what is the difference in time? After how much time you have to fire the second one so that it hits it? So obviously we have to find out T1 minus T2. This is our question. So now question is independently calculate T1, independently calculate T2, and find out what is the. See, look at this now. What you have to understand here in this particular question is how are we going to formulate equations? Because you have two unknowns, T1 and T2. If you get two equations, you can solve two unknowns. Okay. So in one equation, x of the first trajectory and x of the second trajectory you equate. You get one equation. Y of the first trajectory and y of the second trajectory you equate. You get another equation. Both of them will be in T1 and T2. Two equations, two unknowns. Solve for T1 and T2. It is algebra question. At every point of time, we should be thinking about what is the velocity. Is velocity constant? If it is constant, what is the displacement? So sixth standard equation. Displacement is equal to velocity into time. Should I use that, or should I use s is equal to ut plus half at square? I will use s is equal to half at square only if acceleration is constant. All that you should be keeping on thinking. If acceleration is also not constant, then I will differentiate it like that. So in your mind, basically there are only three things: displacement, velocity, and acceleration. Keep moving from one to the other. For two, you can write the similar equations. Then equate x's, equate y's. You get T1 and T2. Sorry, this is not T2. This is also T1. See, it always continuously keeps testing your strength in algebra, solving simple equations, solving simultaneous equations, your strength in trigonometry, understanding quickly whether you can tell sin 60 to cos 60, what is the difference. Okay, so and how do you write them? So all of them are be continuously used in the problems in physics. That is why it gets tougher for people. Okay. So it should be like all our math should be naturally coming to you, and you should be thinking only in physics. Okay. All your brain thinking power should be given to physics, and math should become natural for your hands. You can just see. Okay. So I will write here x is equal to u cos 45 t2 and y is equal to u sin 45 t2 minus half g t2 square. I'll equate x's and y's. No, it is not 8 seconds. So I will equate x's. Okay. U cos. So cos 60 is nothing but half u by 2 t1 is equal to u by root 2 t2. So this directly implies actually t1 is equal to root 2 t2. The first equation is already over. Okay. The second one we'll see. Y will equate it. Okay. U sin 60 is u into root 3 by 2 into t1 minus half into g t1 square is equal to u sin 45, which is u by root 2 into t2 minus half g t2 square. So in the place of T1, substitute root 2 T2. So then I can eliminate T1 and get directly only T2s. So root 2 T2, if I put here, it will become root of 3 by 2 U T2 minus, this is T1 is root 2 T2 whole square is 2. 2 gets cancelled. Okay, so it will become GT2 square is equal to U by root 2 T2 minus half G T2 square. Simplify it for T2. Okay. So how do we do? I actually take that one this side. Okay. Now that will become UT2 into root of minus 1 by root 2 is equal to this GT2 square. This side if we go 1 GT2 square minus this one is half GT2 square. This one. This is actually root 2 T2 whole square, which is nothing but 2 T2 square. That 2, this 2 gets cancelled. So, what do we want? We want T2. 1 T2, let us get rid of. So 2U into root 3 minus 1 by root 2. Okay. So, you got this one. This is nothing but T2. So, what is T1? Sorry, G also should be there. Nah? G should be there. G should be there. Correct. G should come down. 2U by G. Okay. So, this can be written as actually U by G into this is T2. Correct. 10 point something, correct. So, T1 is actually nothing but root 2 T2. So, root 2 into this much, which is nothing but 2U by G. So, now if you want to find out final answer, which is delta T is equal to T1 minus T2, then it will nothing but U by G into root 3 minus 1 into 2 minus root 2. Correct? So now if you actually calculate if you substitute the value of U to be 250, okay, and G to be 9.8 and calculate this will come to 10.9 seconds.